Coming up on News Center 16 at 5.
Some bar owners will fight to keep their taverns smoke-filled instead of smoke-free.
I think it's just totally wrong. Sit back and think about it. You're ruining people's lives by doing what you're doing.
And a vote on a smoking ban could come as early as Monday.
A court order closes a popular Michiana restaurant immediately, right before Mother's Day and graduations.
They show courage, compassion, and can perform under pressure. But it's easy to overlook all that they do on our road to recovery. Tonight, we honor nurses and all they do.
And we do have some showers and thunderstorms moving through parts of Michiana. We'll show you 16 Doppler Max coming right up.
From WNDU, your breaking news and weather authority, this is News Center 16 at 5.
After a gray day, rays of sunshine have started peeking out from behind the clouds. Good evening, I'm Maureen McFadden.
And I'm Terry McFadden. Dozens of music lovers will pour into South Bend tonight for South by South Bend, but will they have to face more rain as they walk from venue to venue? Let's turn things over now to meteorologist Cindy Clausen to find out. Cindy?
Well, thanks. It's something we will have to watch as we head through the next maybe hour or two. Let's go straight to 16 Doppler Max and show you who's getting the showers and some rumbles of thunder at this point. Most of it's in the southern part of our viewing area, and I really think it's going to be mainly for folks to the south and east of South Bend as we head through the next hour or so. Let's zoom down into the southern part of Marshall County. You can see Argus is getting a shower, maybe some rumbles of thunder there at this point. That's all moving off to the northeast. As you head a little bit further to the south, notice as you get down towards Logansport, there's another fairly large area of showers and thunderstorms. That's moving northeast, so that's affecting folks near Fulton right now, and that will clip the southeastern part of Fulton County and eventually get into parts of Kosciuszko County as well. Now, the bigger picture shows kind of that main line is really going to be affecting the kind of southeastern half of Michiana. The front is making its way into Michiana at this time. Once that passes, we will be in the clear, and those skies will start to clear for us as we head through the overnight hours. So this evening it's going to be a little bit iffy, especially if you're to the south and east of South Bend. There will be some spotty showers and some rumbles of thunder, but at least the temperatures will remain on the mild side, falling through the 70s. We'll take another look at your Storm Team 16 forecast coming up in just a few minutes.
Cindy, thank you. The South Bend City Council will have a bona fide bar fight on its hands Monday night. There's an organized opposition to a proposed ordinance that would expand the city's smoking ban to cover bars and private clubs. Mark Peterson's live in the newsroom. And Mark, this is the second time in as many years that this proposal has surfaced.
Right, and this fight promises to be just as emotional as the last, although probably not much different in terms of the specifics of the debate. As you mentioned, organized opposition is forming. It's coming from the little guy, a coalition of corner bars, mainly on South Bend's southwest side. Some of the owners feel extending the smoking ban to include South Bend bars, private clubs, could translate into their last call.
You got, I think, around 26 small bars like us left, and we all will probably lose our bars. I mean, you cannot take 80% of our patrons and us make it.
I have to pay for a license to sell cigarettes, and I can sell them to you, and then I have to turn around and tell you you can't use them. I said, that makes no sense to me at all.
They would like to see South Bend, Mishawaka, and Central County work together to have the same regulations and not just one city versus the other city.
When the largest municipality in a county passes a clean air ordinance, a lot of times other cities and then the county follow suit. So that's what we're hopeful for, is if we can take the lead on this, hopefully the county and Mishawaka follow suit.
So will the South Bend Council have enough votes to go it alone? We'll find out Monday night. That is when the public hearing is going to take place. That's when this proposal is eligible for a final vote. Although you heard a little bit there, some are going to say, let's not move so fast. Let's try to get Mishawaka, St. Joe County, and South Bend all on the same page.
Yeah, the Common Council has a reputation for tabling things, Mark.
Yeah.
And if I recall, 4 of the 9 council members signed on as sponsors here, right?
Right, so we're only talking about the need to turn one of those, one more additional votes here, although again, some advocating going slow.
Mark Peterson reporting live tonight from the newsroom. Mark, thanks.
It's a story we've been following all day concerning an FBI raid at a Michiana business. FBI agents and Indiana State Police spent the morning darting in and out of Paragon Technology Group. The business is located in the 2800 block of Dexter Drive in Elkhart. Sources tell us the company moved into the building around 4 months ago. Our photographer on the scene was told that FBI agents arrived at the building around 8. More than 75 boxes were taken from the building. News Center 16 is looking into what prompted this raid and will update you both on air and online when we learn what's happening. A sprinkler system made all the difference in an early morning fire. Indiana Wood Products in Elkhart County caught fire overnight. The business is located on County Road 43, that's southeast of Middlebury. The fire was in the building where they make the wood products. It appears equipment caught fire. Flames were shooting through the roof when firefighters arrived. Thankfully, a sprinkler system was able to contain the blaze.
Yeah, I think if they wouldn't have had a sprinkling system, it probably would have been burnt down, I'm guessing.
4 departments ended up responding. One of the firefighters on the scene this morning strained his back, but he's doing all right. No other injuries were reported.
A longtime well-known restaurant is shut down by the city of South Bend after a court order. This morning, the locks were changed at the Vine after failure to pay rent for months. News Center 16's Stephanie Stang joins us with more on this story. And Steph, I know the timing for this couldn't be worse with graduation and Mother's Day coming up.
That's right, Terry. The city needed to act quickly when they found out through the grapevine that the restaurant planned to close by the end of this month. This morning, signs were posted on the Vine's door, including a court order and a list of other restaurants open in the downtown area, plus places that are hiring wait staff. After 6 months of failure to pay rent, the city decided to close the restaurant. Plus, there were several attempts to contact the owner without any success. The city changed the locks and took inventory of the stock once they found out through several customers that the restaurant planned to close.
Our larger concern that drove this decision was if Sunday was the end of the graduation weekend, we should expect it on Sunday or Monday, then they would be moving out. Moving out would probably mean removing most of the equipment and supplies, and we just felt that this was we had to do this to protect our interests.
Keep in mind, this is somewhat of a unique situation in some ways. The city is considered the landlord because the property is a rental space that's part of the Palais and Morris Performing Arts Center. That means the city, along with DTSB, will be working to find a new tenant. Terry?
Thanks, Steph. They lead the way to our recovery and do a lot of thankless tasks. So this week, we're making sure to thank and appreciate nurses. News Center 16's Kate Chappell also explored a growing trend when it comes to a nurse's role in the medical industry.
Nurses lay their heart out there for everybody every day.
A message made clear during a week dedicated entirely to nurses.
It's fun to reconnect with the nurses as to why we got into nursing to begin with.
The number of nurses is growing in the U.S. The Department of Health and Human Services says in Indiana alone, there are more than 60,000 registered nurses. And census data shows that number is a growth of nearly 25% since 2000.
The demand is great. And the reason it's so great is because there's so many different places where nurses can work today. You know, there's a lot now with wellness and disease management. It's really managing the entire continuum of health care.
While the compassion of nursing hasn't changed, who and what you picture may have.
The difference is that the amount of devices that we use, we don't use a pen and paper anymore. We use telephones, we use iPads, we use iPhones, we use electronic medical record.
Plus, the number of male nurses is influencing the total population.
As long as you have the compassion for that patient, it's not necessarily whether you're a male or female.
Brian Ergonski is a registered nurse in the intensive care unit at St. Joe Regional Medical Center.
My mother was a nurse, and she worked there for 47 years in the same place. So that was part of my influence, I think.
Ergonski was laid off from a construction job in 2005. He already had a bachelor's degree in English, so he took advantage of an 18-month nursing program to get a second bachelor's degree at IU South Bend.
I always have been kind of a people person, so I get to work directly with people all the time.
And that continuing education trend is becoming more popular among nurses.
About 50% of our nurses have a BSN or greater.
And that's a new standard at Beacon Health System, one nurses across the country will likely see more of as time goes on.
But the Institute of Medicine has given us a recommendation to all nurses that said by 2020 we should have 80% of our workforce that's got their bachelor's in nursing. So nurses can enter at an associate level and then progress to a bachelor's and then a master's and doctorate in nursing.
Kate Chappell, News Center 16.
Nurses can still enter with an associate's degree within Beacon, but they now have to work toward a minimum of a bachelor's degree within 3 years. There are also scholarships and loans from the Department of Health and Human Services to help cover college costs. And for more information on those, just head to the Big Red Bar.
A few steps out to your mailbox is all it takes to help stamp out hunger. Tomorrow, letter carriers from around the nation, including Michiana, will collect millions of pounds of food. It's part of the largest one-day food drive in the nation called Stamp Out Hunger. The drive is held the second Saturday of May. Letter carriers in more than 10,000 cities will participate, and it's pretty easy if you want to help out. Simply put non-perishable food items in a bag, set that bag next to your mailbox before tomorrow at 8 a.m. Your mail carrier or a volunteer will pick them up and drop them off at the Food Bank of Northern Indiana. Peanut butter, instant mashed potatoes, pasta, just some of the most needed food items. You can also donate personal and baby care stuff as well as cleaning supplies. For more information on the drive, go to our website, WNDU.com, and click on this story.
More to come on News Center 16.
Don't call me grandma. Births to older women are on the rise. Why women are waiting till midlife to start their families.
And your child will probably have a lot of Noahs and Sophias in his or her class. Both make the cut when it comes to the top baby names from last year. Here's some of the other names taking home top honors.
And we do have some showers and thunderstorms in parts of Michiana this evening, but skies will be clearing out. I'll have your forecast coming up.
You're watching WNDU, your breaking news and weather authority. News Center 16 at 5. Preparing you for inconvenient weather with a color-coded forecast. Storm Team 16 is your weather authority.
What's something that we've been slightly concerned about today, the chance for severe weather, and the Storm Prediction Center has moved that slight risk area just to the south of us, but it's something that we still need to watch, especially if you're in those far southern areas. We'll keep an eye on things as those storms move through as we head through the next hour or so. Let's take a look then at how things are shaping up. The skies have cleared off quite a bit. We've seen a lot of sunshine coming in as we take a live look over the Notre Dame campus. So you see a lot of that blue sky. The temperatures have warmed up again. That tends to help things destabilize a little bit. It's not the best setup, so we don't think there would be a lot of severe weather, but we could see an isolated severe storm, but I think that would mainly be in far southern areas. Still a little breezy out there, at least in South Bend. We're looking at west-southwest winds at 15 miles per hour. We've certainly seen some gusts higher than that. As we take a look then at temperatures around the region, look at that, a lot of mid and upper 70s across the board, lower 70s in a few spots. Shipshewana, had some rain move through there recently, 72 over by the lake shore. Then as we take a look at 16 Doppler max, so the main areas we're watching in northern Kosciuszko County over down towards Fulton County, everything's pushing off to the east. I really don't think we see a lot of development behind that, because I think the main energy is going to be a little bit further to the east. But we will keep watching since we have that little area of clearing as the front starts to make its way through the area. Here's a look at your satellite radar composite, and we've certainly had a lot of cloud cover through the day, but we're starting to see those breaks in the clouds, and really there's nothing else coming in behind us. So even though the Chicagoland area has cleared out, they're not seeing any additional development. So I don't think that we'll see any more, and I think most of us, especially in the South Bend area, if you're heading out to the Silverhawks game or anything else that's going on, you're probably going to be okay. I think the best chances for rain are going to be Fulton, Kosciuszko, maybe over to LaGrange County. This is 7 o'clock on Future Track, and as we put this into motion, notice everything just keeps moving on to the east. Overnight, we do expect to see those skies clearing, and partly cloudy skies are expected as we head through the day. For Saturday, it's actually going to be a fairly pleasant day across the area. If you need to get any yard work done, do it tomorrow, because we have chances for showers and thunderstorms Sunday, and then, well, a lot of days during the 7-day forecast. Tomorrow is going to be our clear window. Maybe mow the lawn if you haven't had a chance to yet, and obviously that grass is starting to green up and grow. As we head through Sunday, chances for showers and thunderstorms, unfortunately, on our Mother's Day. So Saturday is also the best time to maybe do that picnic or some grilling with mom as well. We're going to warm it up again on Monday. There's a chance for some showers and thunderstorms there as well. Down to 52 tonight, west winds at 5 to 10. Again, some spotty evening showers and thunderstorms mainly to the south and east. 7-day planning forecast is going to show 71 tomorrow, a green day, nothing to worry about. Then on Sunday, a chance for showers and thunderstorms on Mother's Day. We will see some warmer temperatures, though, getting into the upper 70s, but times of showers and thunderstorms, so we might have to dodge those raindrops. Monday, kind of the same thing, some off and on showers and thunderstorms up to 79 degrees, so it'll be nice and warm, but then beyond that, it really cools down quite a bit. Towards the end of the week, we're only looking at highs in the upper 50s to right around 60 degrees, so a big drop in temperature this week. Michael Ammerman of Warsaw is the latest winner of our Storm Team 16 umbrella giveaway. If you'd like to win one, head to WNDU.com, click on the umbrella banner at the top of the page. You can also send a postcard to the address on your screen. If you haven't won, don't worry. We'll be giving away an umbrella in every newscast throughout the month of May.
And if you don't win one, buy Mother an
Buy
umbrella.
Bob an umbrella. You still got 2 days.
All right, thanks, Cindy. Well, women aren't in a rush anymore when it comes to walking down the aisle and starting families. More and more are waiting until later in their childbearing years to become moms themselves. I was one of those women. But as Erica Edwards found out, it's a delay that comes with risks and benefits.
Thank you for calling Michael Ryan Realty. May I help you?
Barb Storteboom spends her days working at a realty office. Every other bit of her time and energy is devoted to her 2 small children.
I'm 40 now, and it takes a lot out of you to chase the children.
Barb is one of a growing number of women who, for whatever reason, start their families at what's called an advanced maternal age, meaning over 35. A new government report finds that since the year 2000, the rate of women having their first babies after 35 has risen 24%, and 35% for women over 40. But as women age, their chances of getting and staying pregnant decline.
For much older mothers, over 40, we start thinking about things like placental insufficiency, and the placenta just kind of wears out at the end of the pregnancy.
Dr. Mark Bland is an obstetrician at Novant Health in Charlotte, North Carolina. He sees quite a few of these older moms who often must undergo additional genetic testing. The risk for chromosomal problems increase with the mother's age. But Dr. Bland says these women are also more likely to have involved partners, exercise and eat well, and be well educated about the path to parenthood.
So they're coming into pregnancy in good health and having planned it.
Barb would have liked to have had babies in her 20s, but she says there are advantages to being a more mature mom.
Looking back, I was not ready. I was a completely different person back then.
Many older moms are only looking forward as they begin to raise little people of their own. Erica Edwards, NBC News.
Now, some states had bigger jumps in older moms than others, including Minnesota, Nebraska, and South Carolina. And we wanted to know your thoughts on the older mom trend, and here's what a few of you had to say on our Facebook page. Kristen shares, I had my first at 30 and my second at 32. That worked for me because I went out a lot, traveled, and was selfish in my 20s. I have more energy and patience now than I ever did before. Donna adds, had my son at 42 and haven't had a problem keeping up with him. He is now 15 and patience is not an issue either. I see much younger moms lose it far more often than I. Waiting was the best thing I ever did and don't regret a second of it. Janet says, I started my family at 18 and am a mother of 4. I'm now still young enough and have energy for my beautiful, spunky grandkids with multiple overnights. I don't think I could spend the quality time with my grandkids as I do now in my 70s. And feel free to weigh in on the topic. Just hop onto our Facebook page, click like, and tell us what you think.
Well, in the flood of popular baby names, one has surprisingly floated to the top. Noah. The Social Security Administration announced the most popular baby names for last year, and Noah replaced Jacob for the boys, ending Jacob's 14-year reign on top. And when it comes to baby girls, parents are once again liking the name Sophia. Sophia has been at the top of the list for the past 3 years. Here's a look at the top 10 boy names last year. Noah right there on top, as mentioned, followed by Liam, William, also popular, coming in at 5th, and Daniel rounds out the top 10. For girls, Emma in the number 2 spot behind Sophia. Other popular names include Olivia, Eva, Emily, Abigail, and Elizabeth. Around 4 million babies were born in the U.S. last year.
No Terrence, no Maureen.
Yeah, old-fashioned.
I guess.
Maybe they'll come around again.
Yeah.
Well, coming up, a smile is considered the curve that sets everything straight, but for some, it's just impossible until now.
Hear about the procedure that's turning a frown upside down in tonight's Medical Moment.
Coming up on News Center 16 at 5:30.
Well, a lot of parks ban smoking because of health and fire risks, but one park district in Michigan wants to ban the hottest thing in smoking these days, e-cigarettes. Needless to say, it has sparked some heated debate. Where there's smoke, on News Center 16 at 5:30.
The latest health news for you and your family. This is Maureen's Medical Moment.
Giving people back their grins one procedure at a time in tonight's Medical Moment. A smile can brighten someone's day. It's also a way to greet another person. But what if you couldn't flash your pearly whites? For some people, smiling is impossible since their facial muscles won't move. Now surgeons are using state-of-the-art techniques to change that.
Grinning from ear to ear, your smile can light up a room, connecting you to others.
Show your teeth.
It's an ability Abby Honeycutt lost at age 6. She had a brain tumor removed and lost function of her facial nerve.
I didn't smile a whole lot.
But thanks to a new technique known as facial reanimation, Dr. Jeffrey Marcus was able to give Abby her smile back.
It's giving people the ability to interact just like any other person, to smile like any other person.
These pictures tell others' stories. Doctors can connect a nerve graft from the normal side of the face to the paralyzed side, or surgeons can use the nerve responsible for chewing to give you your grin back.
It gives you a very, very strong kind of a contraction for a smile.
Also on the horizon, a robotic muscle.
Where this tiny little contraction device, which is like a synthetic muscle, is implanted.
Show me your teeth.
This is Abby a year after surgery, when movement usually begins. And this is Abby now at age 13.
Before I just wouldn't talk.
And she's beaming.
Being confident that I could just
Something Abby can smile about.
smile.
It does keep getting stronger, and so even where we are today isn't going to be the end, because it'll continue to get a little bit better.
Nice big smile. Perfect. And then relax, and then smile. Let's see your teeth.
Smile surgery isn't just about making a person look better. Facial paralysis also affects a person's ability to feed themselves and speak. To read the research summary for today's story, you can go to WNDU.com and click on the Medical Moment. Terry?
Mo, thank you. She probably hits the links better than any of us. And she's only 3. A look at this little lady's talents when we return.